Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here in beautiful Bogota, Colombia. It's a nice sunny afternoon here. I'm surrounded by all these plants, and later on I'll go ahead and water them. Okay, now you've applied for a K1 visa, and the service center time frame for your visa process says on the USCIS website 13.5 months. And you've been waiting 18 months, 20 months, 22 months, and USCIS at the service center refuses to answer your questions. They refuse to give you an answer, yes or no, on your visa, okay? And your heart is just sad that you miss your fiance and you're the sponsor, it's a massive problem, okay? So, can you sue USCIS in federal court to force them to adjudicate your case? Yes, you can. Now, before you make the decision to file a federal lawsuit against USCIS to force an adjudication upon your case, you got to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you haven't looked under every rock and overturned every stone before you do that, okay? Have you contacted your congressman? They have offices set up to answer questions for you that USCIS won't answer for you. Have you contacted your senator? Your senator has an office established specifically to help folks like you who are frustrated that you cannot get an answer out of USCIS. If you've done all those things, then you can look at the next step. So make sure you have waited a long time and USCIS has not answered your questions. Your congressman cannot get an answer. Your senator cannot get an answer. If you've done all those processes and those steps, okay, then the next step would be to sue USCIS in federal court, okay? You can do that. You don't need an attorney to file a lawsuit in federal court, okay? This legal action is called a writ of mandamus. A writ of mandamus, okay? Or basically in English, that's Latin, it's a legal action. The federal court will then review the matter and take one of several actions for you, okay? Assuming you properly filed your K1 visa with USCIS in the first place. Okay, it's very important that you are qualified for your beneficiary. You are qualified for the visa. That you have waited a long time. You've contacted your congressman and your senator, and still you can't get an answer. Now a federal court will step in on your behalf. Okay, and they will require USCIS to adjudicate your case, your application within 30 to 90 days. A federal judge will look at your case. Okay. And this federal judge has several options. Number one, he can force USCIS to approve your case and get your visa moving, or he can dismiss your case, okay, if he does not believe that you are not qualified, you don't meet the requirements for a K1 visa application, and if the federal judge believes that USCIS have taken a long time to process your case because they have a reasonable or necessary reason, okay? So now I'm not an immigration attorney. I speak only from experience, but I hope this helps you guys. I want you to get your fiance in the United States so you can get married and start your family and start your lives together. I know it sucks waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, but when you have waited long enough and you still cannot get an answer, call your congressman, call your senator. They have offices established very specifically for people like you. And if your congressman cannot get an answer, then file a lawsuit against the service center, USCIS service center, in federal court, and a federal judge will step in and take action. Now, it could be good action on your part, or it could be bad on your part. That's not for me to decide. I hope this information was helpful, and make sure that a lawsuit is the last thing that you do in your process, because you want to be making sure you bring your family here on a happy note, not through a lawsuit. I will see you in Colombia, and hopefully Karina will be back from the store soon.